everyone, Sadness here, back for another Sad Stories with Sadness, and today we're going to be talking about this little dot right here. It's a pimple, and it's been preventing me from recording for 2 weeks. Sometimes when I go to record, I look at the way I look in the picture, and if I don't like the way I look, I'm just like, and so I just will not record. And so this week's story wasn't actually supposed to be about this, but since it's the only thing I could think about when I looked at the camera, that's what we're talking about. So growing up, I didn't wear white clothes, and it was because I had such bad acne and I was always bleeding. And speaking of, this is a horror story, and if you are triggered by blood, this is not the video for you. So I was always bleeding out of my back and my face, and so I didn't wear white clothes because I would ruin them. They just have to be thrown out. There was no point wearing white. And when I went to college, I'd said that I'd had enough. I'd tried every topical solution, all of the salicylic acid. It didn't work for me. I'm glad it works for other people, but for some reason it did not work for me. So I went to a dermatologist and I was like, hey, please help me. I don't know what to do. And they said, hey, we have a miracle drug that you can try. And this drug was terrifying on paper. It had on the packaging pictures of deformed babies to tell you not to get pregnant because if you did, your baby would look like that. And on top of not getting pregnant, I had to take a monthly blood test to make sure I wasn't dying. And also, I couldn't drink. But I started seeing results on this medication pretty quickly, and I was super excited. It was like I produced less oils, and I could tell my face started clearing up. I had a lot of scarring all over my body from where there used to be acne, but that was better than having acne, and also a lot less painful. I don't know if you're someone who's been blessed without having it. Acne can just be really painful to have. Like, it's just sensitive and hurts. Anyways, I talked to the doctor after being on this for like 6 months, and I asked, hey, is it okay if I have like a single drink? And they were like, oh yeah, it's totally fine actually if you have a single drink. Just don't overdo it because you'll get intoxicated a lot more quickly than normal, and also it can have other side effects. So I'm like, perfect, I'm going to a friend's birthday party, and I wanted to see if I could have a drink because they were turning 21, so that was kind of the point. We were going to a bar. Before this party though, and this is the best part of the story, my school that I was attending gave out free shirts and they were white. And I was like, hey, I could probably wear a white shirt now. It's one of those shirts that you get for free that like have the logo of the school on it. And I guess it's like to advertise the school, but either way, I throw that on and we go to this bar. And I'm thinking, I'm only gonna have like a quarter of a drink, half a drink. I order a vodka Sprite and I take a few sips. I don't drink too much. I at most drink half of this drink, and then somebody points at me and is like, are you okay? And I'm like, what do you mean? And they're like, you're bleeding. And I'm like, what do you mean? And I look at myself and there's blood all over my shirt. I had started bleeding from every single pimple that was healing on my body. So I'm out of my face, out of my back. My shirt was drenched. I immediately left. I was like, I'm so sorry. I went home. I got bandages, covered my face, covered my back, took the only white shirt that I owned, and I threw it out. And I was like, well, I guess I'm never wearing white again. And so yeah, that's the story of why I never wear white. Anyways, I hope that you enjoyed this silly story, and I hope to see you again next time. Bye.